The top tag teams currently in WWE. The pickings are slim, but I made my ranking based off. I based it off what have you been doing lately and your relevancy and how you've been putting in work and how often you've been on television contributing. So number 10. This may shock some people, and hear me out. They're not the greatest team. I don't like them. But when you put them on TV, they know how to get bad guys heat, and they get bad guys over. Alpha Academy, to Otis and Tozawa, they know when you beat them up, if you're a bad guy, you beat them up, you draw some mega heat. So they have value as sympathy characters that you beat up on. Gunther was beating all over them, and you saw how much heat he got in those segments. So I gotta put them in that 10, and they get a lot of TV time. So I gotta kind of give them that spot by default. Fraxium, the newcomers from NXT, Nathan Frazier and Axiom, the new mass wrestler and the Australian kid. They've been on SmackDown, faced the Street Profits a couple times, and had some really good matches. Those guys are pretty good in the ring. I would like to get to know them more as characters, but so far in big spots, they've been delivering. I would like to see more, but I think they maybe could get higher on this list. But right now, I think this is a reasonable spot. Number 8, I'm going to say Pretty Deadly. Kit Wilson and Elton Prince. They really rock that Billy and Chuck Palumbo gimmick. You look so good to me. They're really bringing that gimmick back, bro. And I like that. I think there's potential for them to be contenders at some point. I like the metrosexual pretty boy gimmick. Number 7, I honestly didn't want to put them there, but objectively speaking, they have been putting in work, and they were just world tag team champions, even though the run wasn't hot. I got to give them respect for at least coming back from injury and delivering a little bit. The War Raiders, they got the 80s Viking style swag. They kind of went away from it a little bit. So that's a good sign. But these guys are two good, talented big men for as tag team guys. They're big men that could wrestle, and I think they're all right in this the 7th spot. Number 6, I'm giving it to DIY. Johnny Gargano and Ciampa. They've been contenders pretty consistently. They won the tag team titles a few times. They were part of that. We'll get to that in a little bit, but they were part of that crazy TLC match on SmackDown recently with the Street Profits and the Motor City Machine Guns. So I'll give them the 6th spot. The 5th spot, this may surprise people. I'll give it a Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, even though I agree they should have split them up a long time ago. They've been teasing that for a grip, and they haven't done it. But these kids know how to get heat, bro. These are two of the more pure heels out of the newcomers. They get pure, real heat, and they know how to make people dislike them. They're almost like two young Mizes. So I like them together, but I do think it's time to separate them and let Austin Theory grow. Now it's the top 4. Number 4, WWE needs to step up how they're booking them. The Creed brothers. Dog, these guys could do everything. The high fly, submissions, technical wrestling. They look good doing it. They're powerhouses too. Like, these are real athletes. Even when they win or lose, they look good with their performances. I'm going to say that they're number 4. And honestly, if booking wasn't slacking, they could be top 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm going to say the New Day. The New Day's still great. I just feel like it's unfortunate they're not giving New Day good opponents. They're just not building up opponents for them. So New Day's suffering, and I feel like it's easy to forget how great they are because nobody's built up. They've been fighting the War Raiders forever. So they really need to start building up the Creed brothers and add more teams on Raw for New Day. Number 2, the TNA OGs, Motor City Machine Guns. I like they fit into WWE really fast, and I feel like ever since they got to SmackDown, we've been able to take the tag division on SmackDown more seriously, and they never have a bad performance. And to me, the best tag team in the world has to be the Street Profits. They were always great. We saw them mix it up a little bit with the New Day and the Usos in the past when the Usos were together. But I feel like the New Day and the Usos were still hot, that they didn't have an opening to surpass them. Now's their time to be at the tippy top. They're doing really good with the WWE tag titles. And like I said, if you watching this video and you didn't see that TLC match, that
Yeah,
main event is SmackDown, you gotta watch that. Like
yeah,
that was crazy. The Street Profits retain their championships, and we don't see TLC matches like that every day these days. So I definitely think they're the best tag team in the world. What you think, Sammy?
yeah. That's a real good list, man. I think you put them Raiders a little too low.
You think they're better than seven?
Yeah,
Okay, I buy that. They
I think
they are consistent. They're not the best, but they're consistent.
yeah, but out of the crop, I think they actually embody what a team is supposed to be a little more than most
That's
teams.
true. That's true. That yeah, I should have factored that in a little bit more.
You
I
know,
I do think you gotta embody teamwork and chemistry and
right? Their moves,
camaraderie. Yeah,
they do their moves together. They got,
yeah. They got some crazy moves
you
together
know,
though.
they fight similar. They get,
Yeah, they got
you know,
similar ring attire. Yeah, like
but I like it. I like your list. I honestly like your list. My list is very close to your list. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just a few parts got moved around a little
yeah.
bit. Um, I'm gonna just start from one. I still have the New Day at one.
Oh,
I'm gonna be real. I don't see
what do
anybody.
you do? I feel like I respect it, but what do you need to see from the Street Profits to get that spot? Because they're doing some of their best work. They're starting to. Eh,
I, they, promo wise, they don't hit like Prime New Day.
Well, you didn't say Prime New Day. No, they don't. They
Even the
don't.
New Day now.
Damn, I don't know if I agree with that.
You think they're better talkers than the New Day now?
I think they on the eye to eye playing field.
I think you're being nice.
They can talk.
They can talk. They can talk. Montez is a beast.
He is a beast, but dog people are sleeping on Doc, so
Doc,
dog.
that's the drop off though. That's the drop off because
Docs is serviceable.
but both Kofi and Woods can get lethal.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. They both know how to get busy and
They
play
both
off
can
each
a
other.
hard nosed promo,
Yeah,
and
I'll give you that.
that's the drop off. It's like you said. Who are they facing right now for these things to be displayed? If they
Yeah,
face the top tier teams, they would show people
that's
a
fair.
little more often.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? So I still got them at one. I got the Motor City Machine Guns at two.
We had that the same. Damn,
Um,
you have them better than the Profits. The guns can't cut a promo at all. Almost. I haven't
they
heard a good promo yet.
they can't. But in fairness to them, they haven't been in the WWE system long enough.
They haven't. I'm giving them room to grow, but I
That's
can't
that's
give them
that's
that.
that's that's my only wiggle room to them. They haven't been in the WWE system long enough. I want to see them in the system long enough for me to, you know, move them down. Because I
Okay.
will move them down if we go like a full year plus and it's not hitting the same.
Okay.
For three, then I got the Street Profits. Four, I got them Viking Raiders.
I respect that. I respect that.
And then My five is the American made.
Okay.
My six, Eight Town Down.
Yeah. Now my list, I should have had the War Raiders ahead of Austin Theory and Grayson, but
Oh,
I'll
for
keep it.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, my seven is the those Samoans, the Tongans.
Tonga and
Yeah,
Tongaloa. I thought about having them on my list, but I had they're a good team. They're not that bad, but I need to see more. That's why I didn't make it, but I respect that. What do
yeah.
you have them sixth?
No, they're my seven because I think
Okay.
I just said um I just said Eight Town Down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they're my seven, and then I'm going Pretty Deadly as my eight. My nine. See, I put the young crew that like you put the Facts on crew,
Yeah.
and then my 10, those two luchadors with the mask.
Are you LWO, Ray's crew?
Yeah,
All right, okay. I give you that's a solid list. We do have some similarities there, but yo, the audience. I know when you're watching this, you're probably gonna be like, "Where the hell is the Wyatt Six?" I
bro.
didn't put them. Yeah, I couldn't sleep at night if I put them there because that would disrespect the guys that actually
Again,
right. That would disrespect the guys that show up and put in work. So I had to throw Alpha Academy in there and reward them because the Wyatts don't. They need to start putting in work, man. Can you come to work? Like, why do you revive Respect? May his soul rest in peace. How you gonna revive Bray Wyatt's whole character, get all these production elements, and not put in work in
Reed,
the tag division at least?
Reed.
Like, I get it. Uncle Howdy was injured, but you still got a tag team there that could be putting in work. Like,
Yes,
so
yes,
they got a lot of catching up to do. That's why I didn't put them in mind.
yes. Yeah, I agree 100%, Dave. Like, what have they done? What footprint have they really
Nothing.
stepped on? They didn't really. And I said this was gonna happen too. I said they were gonna
You
disgrace
did
Bray
say
Wyatt.
this though.
I said they were gonna disgrace Bray Wyatt. I said that, David. I literally called it from the point on. That is a
Yeah.
character that is just so unique.
You
Not anybody can just step in those
nah,
clothes.
you did say that though. You said you were skeptical about the but the thing is, I don't think
Only Bray could pull that
yeah,
off.
but the thing is, my only pushback to that is when they actually come to work, I don't think the performance is bad. It
You
really hasn't been bad. It's
really?
it's just they're not doing enough. They're not doing enough. Like do
I
more.
think it's
Like
predictable whenever they come on. I think it's very traditional. They haven't really did anything outside the box.
they haven't.
Like Bray was doing shit outside the box that nobody else was really thinking
But
of.
again, you got to come to work to even try things.
That is
they
true.
haven't
That is true.
they haven't been here. I think I listen, I think what they did with Carrie and Cross and the Authors of Pain was okay, but that was it. Nothing else grew from that. Like but
Dave, how much killer promos are you really hearing from them?
none.
Since
Only
they
the
started.
only the only killer promo is when they were introducing the characters in the very beginning. But
That's
but
exactly what the
since
problem
then,
is,
not
Dave.
really.
That's exactly what the problem is. Bray, when he first showed up, was giving you a crazy promo
Every time.
segment.
Every time.
Every single segment. It
Nah.
left you thinking like, damn, what's he about to do next week? What's he gonna do to this guy?
Nah, for real. Brazen Master.
Like, where is he? You would whenever those vignettes came in, like you like, where is he?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he used to just sit there rocking on the chair?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying. Like he can pull something like that off. He has a little bit of Mick Foley in him.
Yeah, yeah.
Just only those characters can be made for him.
At the end of the day, though, I feel like I agree with you, but I feel like Eric Rowan and Dexter Loomis are the tag team specialists. To me, you don't need to hit Bray Wyatt levels to contribute in the tag team. Because Eric Rowan and Luke Harper were put in way more work than this when they were with the OG Wyatt family.
Yes.
Even Braun Strowman and Luke Harper.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
So I think tag team wise, they got to get it together, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not gonna work, Dave. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna work.
Damn, dog.
It's not gonna
So
work.
you don't think 6 months from now they could be might be top five? I
Nah,
think they could.
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I'm telling you. But Bray Wyatt is the only thing. Because if it was gonna work, it would have already been working. I'm telling you.
We'll see. We'll see
I'm
about
telling you.
that. I mean, so far it's hard.
It is
So
Bray
far it's
Wyatt.
at a bad trajectory.
As soon as you seen Bray Wyatt, it worked.
That's a fact, though.
It worked.
All right, y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel on YouTube at Wrestling with Things.